to the greatest of the greatest.
You're listening to Full Bobby Cast. Full Bobby Cast. Full Bobby.
All right, Bobby's back. He had to go relieve himself.
Drain the main vein.
Drain the main vein.
That was on a movie, Roadhouse.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
I only got like 5 minutes in before
Jeff Healey Band.
my parents turned it off. Because I think someone's getting doggy styled like within the first 5 minutes.
I mean, relatively quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than Missionary, though.
I am perfect. That's what I needed to hear. We got another episode of Full Bobby Cast with Bobby Martinez. Bobby has no clue what I'm going to ask him, but I know what I want to ask him. So I'm going to kind of hit him off the top of his dome right now. We're hitting the new year. Mm-hmm. This could be before or after the new year, but people have goals. People have resolutions. This is where people say, I'm going to better myself. What does Take Back Your Life have to offer for those that may be looking at, this year, I want to do it. This year, I'm going to lose the weight. Or this year, I'm going to gain some muscle. Or this year, I'm going to just do whatever I need to do to eat healthier. What is it that Take Back Your Life can offer them for that?
I mean, it's just kind of a...
Yes. Take Back Your Life now is Bobby and Liz's...
Take Back Your Life is a company, but it's hard to find stuff that's taken. Right, so we had to add the now to get our URL and all that stuff.
So I think you should go Take Back Your Life was taken, but now Take Back Your Life now is where it's at .com.
Okay, so takebackyourlifenow.net.
Anyway, it's Take Back Your Life. It's his company. That's why we're asking them about it real quick. So don't worry, it won't be a full half hour talking about it, but I do want to know what do they have available.
So it's a kind so there's so much misinformation out there. Our objective was to weave through everything and strip it down to what we know works, regardless of your goal, right? You want to gain muscle? Cool. Let's cut through all the fluff, all these, lose 10 pounds fast or gain 20 pounds of muscle quick. And it's just a no-nonsense, like scientifically, this is what we know for a fact works for the overwhelming majority of people. If you want to make a change, here's how you do it. It's not an elimination diet. That's not saying you have to cut out all the foods that you love. It shows you how to eat in moderation. It shows you how to manage your calories, gaining or losing weight. And it shows you how to develop a workout program, regardless of your goals, regardless of the kind of workout you're going to do. Everything from no equipment in your living room to a full-on workout at the gym. In the knowledge base... And I guess I can speak on this without coming across too arrogant, just because I have well over a decade of experience in there. The knowledge base between my wife and myself, there's, aside from a really, really high level professional athlete, there's not anybody that I wouldn't feel confident in giving solid, sound advice to that I know they would make a change if they implemented it.
Well, for me, my biggest thing, and I've been doing this for about 2.5 months, and I've actually been checking out your guys' stuff more and more. Yeah. It's more of a curiosity thing. I think for those out there that are like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't really want to hire a personal trainer. I don't really want to get, I just kind of want to just do my own thing. And then when they do that, they kind of burn out. They don't have any accountability. They don't have anyone sitting there going, no, you can do it. No, you are able to do it. I got a few people at work that help me that kind of like to say, hey, do this. Try this workout. Try this for the next half hour, or try this week in your food prep.
Absolutely.
And that sounds like what they have for you, or what you have for people.
Yeah, it's as intense as people want it to be. So there's some clients that my wife video conferences with daily. There's some where they just like check in once a week. We have clients that send us videos of them working out and ask us to help correct their form. People that Liz has helped. More people than I can count on both my hands lose over 70 pounds. Dang. And at least 6 or 7 lose over 100.
And it's not 100. Like they have to go buy a shake or anything like that?
No. Because all that's, without getting too detailed, we know what works. All this stuff you see online and these people pitching stuff to you on Facebook and stuff. And I mean, they're trying to help. And hey, if you buy into some kind of pyramid scheme Facebook person pumping you shakes and it helps you lose weight, by all means, go that route. But all that's unnecessary, in my opinion. We know what works for the overwhelming majority of people. Aside from a select few who have like serious medical conditions, most people can follow a few simple steps and they can make it happen. And I sound like a late night infomercial, but it's really true. It's very simple. Like if you want to gain weight, if you want to lose weight, if you want to put on muscle, it's all this big drink this shake and take these supplements. Neither one of us take hardly any supplements. I think protein powder is the only supplement we have in our entire house. And I'm not in like phenomenal shape. I'm pretty good. I have my goals I'm still trying to reach and I still get off track. But I think that's a good thing to have someone helping you out that has the knowledge that themselves can admit that they're actually struggle at maintaining these things. And I go through ups and downs. I go through times where I'm in great shape. I go through times where I'm not in shape. I go through times where it's really hard for me to get my workouts in. Last night I sat and I watched The Staircase, this documentary on Netflix, for an hour where I rode my Airdyne bike because I just had to get my workout in.
Have you watched The Game Changer yet?
No, what one's that one?
So Game Changer is going vegan by athletes.
So
wait, just a second. It's
ridiculous.
It's athletes that have like improved their game because they've stopped eating meat. Now they've been able to get their they talk about the whole thing, how they get their protein, how their plasma that used to be murky is now clear, and this and that. And so it's like people are starting to go like, oh, maybe
it's nonsense.
Why?
If you want there's so much to go over. If you want the complete and utter thorough dismantling that exposes blatant lies that came out during that.
It wasn't David Avocado that.
No, not David Wolf. But there is I was a vegan for 2 years. I was a raw food vegan at that. I know about, like I said, all this is unnecessary. There's no fad. There's nothing like this is the stuff that's so frustrating from someone like myself who, we know what does and does not work. So listen to, where is it at here? Oh, it's too far back for me to find now. There is a Joe Rogan podcast, actually, with a and they thoroughly go through step by step and just completely take apart that whole podcast. God, I wish I could find it right now. It's going to drive me up. Oh, Chris Kresser. So Joe Rogan podcast number 1389 with Chris Kresser. The title is Chris Kresser Debunks the Game Changers documentary. And he goes through line by line by line. He backs everything he says up with sources. And, they just dismantle that. Arnold Schwarzenegger saying that he's in better shape because he's a vegan. Yeah. It's not even worth getting into. But it's utter. None of this stuff is necessary. We know what works.
I like it.
Yeah. So it's if you want something that's going to be effective, that's going to work, that's you can build up to, easy steps to follow to implement changes moving forward that are going to better you for the rest of your life. That's what we're about. And we're not asking you to go vegan.
Right.
It's unnecessary. Reduce your calories if you want to lose weight. We'll show you how to do it in a manageable way.
What's the best beer to drink?
It's not
without getting a bunch of calories.
Just find the lowest calorie beer. That's the thing. People got in this debate the other day about diet soda. People talking about how bad diet soda is for you. Diet soda won't help you lose weight. Well, that's nonsense. It's lower calories. If you want to lose weight, you need to lower your calories. There's nothing, aspartame in the amounts that an average person would drink, there's no negative effect associated with those. Anything in massive amounts is going to hurt you. From salt to food in general. Eat a ton of food, you're going to get obese and die of heart disease more than likely, right?
Yikes.
So aspartame in abundance is also bad for you. But diet soda, if you're trying to lose weight, drink your diet sodas. It's much lower calories.
So when we used to, when I used to work at Safeway and I was a dairy manager, when it came to New Year's resolutions, eating healthy was like obviously everyone's top three. Yogurt, I was told by my manager, order as much yogurt as you possibly can because that's what people buy. But don't order it for the next 2 months. Order it for the next 3 weeks because people then fall off the wagon. What is it that yogurt has to do? Like, why is yogurt such a draw for
probiotics, I guess.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is it just like
real yogurt's good?
It's good for you, like Greek yogurt or like any type of yogurt. Or
Let's pick a goal, right? So say your goal is to lose 15 pounds.
And what, like all year?
No, say your goal is to lose 15 pounds over the next 2 months.
Okay.
So you got 8 weeks to lose 15 pounds. Your approach should be find a sensible way to reduce your calories that will yield that outcome, right? So there's literally a mathematical equation you could do that's going to be relatively accurate. I'm not saying there's never any variables. There certainly are. But it's going to be relatively accurate to where you can find a way to reduce your calories to lose 15 pounds over the next, 8 weeks?
Sure.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with the food. Let's focus on food after the fact, but let's find out how much you should be eating every single day in order to achieve that outcome. How many calories do you need to cut out? Not what foods you need to cut out, how many calories. We can do that by eliminating foods if you want to, but generally that's not sustainable. So what we need to do is figure out how to reduce portion size. Right? So you can still eat the things that you're used to eating. And if you want to make healthier choices when it comes to eating, slowly phase in those changes, right? Mm-hmm. Because eliminating things or switching to all this diet or all that diet or drink this shake, and those things are unsustainable. That's why people rebound so much.
So when it comes to choosing what to eat, basically eat what you like. Is it like a Weight Watchers, but you have points? Like you don't want to just
your overall calories. So with these cell phones here, you guys can't see I'm holding it up. Makes it super easy. You can download.
Is that a cell phone?
Yeah. You can download the what's it called?
Fitness app is what I use.
Yeah, MyFitnessPal.
Yeah, MyFitnessPal.
And it takes the thinking out of it for you. Literally just scan the barcode.
Yeah.
So it's not about what you should or shouldn't eat. It's about how much you should eat.
Right.
Then, and you're on the right track, let's focus on making smarter and healthier
I like
choices.
smartier.
Yeah, smartier choices when it comes to your eating, right?
When I did MyFitnessPal, and I encourage anyone out there to get something like MyFitnessPal, even if you're not looking to lose weight, maybe you are, but you'll see it's just like budgeting for your own budget. You know, like when you start realizing, man, I feel like I get paid this amount, but my bills are this amount. Where's all my money going? Yeah. And then you go pull up your, your bank statements and you say, oh, there was like $2 there. There's $5 here. There's $4 there. And the next thing you know, you spent $200 in just little $2, $4, $5 charges. Yep. And that's where all your money's going. Well, you're going to see the same thing when you go through MyFitnessPal. You're going to see, and I started doing this I did it off and on since last year, but that's what was my biggest eye opener was the fact that if you track yourself for 2 weeks, you'll see, oh yeah, I had that donut at the office, or oh yeah, I had it wasn't just that you had 3 meals, and it wasn't just that you just had one donut, but then you had that donut, and then you had like a little bit of candy sitting around, and you start seeing like
handful of chips here.
Oh yeah. Man, and you're just like, okay.
So there's this. I'm going to make a lot of people mad when I say this.
Oh, you've never made anyone mad with anything you've ever said.
It's not your metabolism. If you're overweight, the overwhelming likelihood is that you're eating too much food. It has nothing to do with your metabolism. You're not the kind of person who can eat whatever you want and stay skinny. The overwhelming likelihood is you eat less than most people do. If you're overweight, it's because you eat too much. So you need to start by being realistic with yourself about your eating habits, and MyFitnessPal is a way you can actually start doing that. The overwhelming majority of people, and this is a fact, do not guess their calories properly
at all.
No.
But here's the other thing that people, and I'm learning too for myself, is that you think, oh, I've got to go work out, which is true, which is good, right? Burn some calories. But you think that you're going to eat let's say I eat like 1,700 calories in a day. And then you're like, I got to go find a workout that I have to burn 1,700, and you're like, dude, no. You sitting there in your chair, believe it or not, is burning some calories. Yeah. You walking to your car, you walking around the house, you going up the stairs, you sleeping is burning calories.
So I haven't worked out today, but I've burned 2,291 calories today. I haven't worked out at all.
And that is just walking around.
Yeah.
Doing what you're doing every day. I mean, yes, you're going to have some jobs that are going to be more active than others.
If you sit on the couch every day, you're going to you're so So you got to understand is that in order for you to think, so everything your body does has to be fueled by something, from your thoughts, your dreams, every motion you make, every heartbeat, every breath
You take.
your fuel, every move
You make. That's police. That's police talk.
Yeah, that's Sting right there. But everything takes calories. That's your fuel. So you have you have two different ways you can approach, or you can do both at the same time. Losing weight, right? You can work out in order to burn excess calories, but it's much harder to burn calories than you think. A really, really, really hard workout, like wrestling practice for an hour, maybe you burn 1,000 calories.
Sure.
An average person's workout, 300 calories an
not
hour,
much.
400 calories in an hour, which is, I mean, a Big Mac is significantly more. Your Big Mac is probably double that, right? Probably 700-800 calories there. So, or you can be in a caloric deficit. So you could choose. Either way you have to achieve a caloric deficit. You could do it by working out incredibly hard and trying to burn enough calories in a caloric deficit, or you can just stop eating as much,
Right.
and then be in a caloric deficit. Or you can do both, which is a smart way to do it. So you're attacking it from both ends. Now, the amount of calories you burn every single day can also be determined by the amount of your muscle mass. More muscle you have, generally, the more calories you're going to burn. But the difference isn't as big as you would think.
Right.
Like muscles burn more calories than fat, but not at a rate which is going to make a significant difference. You can't outrun a bad diet, I guess is the best way to say what I'm trying to say. You can't work out so hard that you're gonna defeat a bad diet. You need to start eating less, and you need to start making smarter food choices.
And then when you work out, don't be like me and think, "Oh, I'm good," and then go just eat a lot of crap that you think, "Okay, well, but you're never gonna get ahead."
Yeah, you can't outrun a bad diet.
No.
And then also,
Wait.
Go ahead.
You got 2 more minutes, and then I've got something else for you.
Okay, cool. The other thing about it is that if you're not sore the next day, you are not working out hard enough.
Right.
If you're not sore the next day, you're just so. If you want to, so most people want to look better, right?
Right.
Muscle helps that. Muscle aids in looking better. So a lot of people want to put on muscle. Two things. Let's dispel the myth right now. You cannot. I don't want to say you cannot. I don't like saying things with certainty. It's very, very unusual for someone to lose fat and gain muscle. You kind of have to pick one and go with it. Because in order to gain muscle, you have to be in a caloric surplus. Because muscle doesn't appear out of nothing. It needs to build from something. It builds from excess calories. In order to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. So how are you going to do both at the same time? Anabolic steroids is one way. But most people aren't willing to go to those lengths, right? So the other thing about it is that most people do not work out nearly as hard as they think they're actually working out. If you are not sore the next day, you are not working out hard enough. If your objective is to change your physique by putting on muscle. If you're just doing cardio, you can run 4 or 5 miles, and if you're used to running, you're probably not going to be sore the next day. You're going to burn some calories off. But the only thing you're doing at that point to change your physique is working towards that caloric deficit. Now, if you're trying to do it for health, I could see the argument in wanting to do cardio in order to improve your heart and your lung health.
And so that's what I kind of hit. I hit that because obviously when you work out for the first time in years, you're going to be sore. But then there comes a point where you honestly stop getting sore.
Yeah, your body gets accustomed to doing things and it gets more efficient at it.
And then you're like, okay, well now I've got to find something else. And here's where Take Back Your Life comes in. Because I was then researching YouTube videos of my quads are looking good. I'm trying to now build my hamstrings. I don't just want to build my quads up. I got to get my hamstrings going too. And then I start getting sore in my hamstrings. And so, it's fun to start to research stuff, but it's also time consuming. And who has time to research it and then go work it out? So it's good to have somebody kind of tell you and guide you and say, hey, do this. Hey, do that. If you're looking to build this over here, work on that. Because Bobby said, your body it's designed. Your body is designed to just adapt.
Yep.
And so it's going to adapt. If you're going to be the type of person that's always going to be doing this sort of work, it's going to adapt,
become more efficient at
for that. Yeah. And so anyway,
takebackyourlifenow.net.
There you go.
And if you're mad at anything I said,
Send
there's
it.
nowhere to
Send it.
Send it to Travis.
Just send it to me and I'll
Just
forward
like,
it.
Travis.
Cuss him out.
Yeah.
I had one person say, I feel like I'm listening to Fox News when I talk to when I listen to Bobby's.
Well, here's the deal. Like, it's physique and exercise and how people look and how people feel. It's tied up in their emotions, rightfully so, right? We have to start being honest with ourselves here, right? And it's really easy to justify and make excuses for why you may have become complacent, or why you live an increasingly sedentary lifestyle, or it's really, really easy to justify and make excuses and explain away why you're not making the progress you want to make. Or maybe the bottom line is that most people out there want to live a long, healthy, happy life. And I think that we're folks that are in a place where we can actually help you achieve that.
That's good. That's good. So reach out. Where do they email? Do they go on Facebook? Do they
go to takebackyourlifenow.net, and you have my wife's phone number. I shouldn't maybe say this. My wife's phone number is right there on the website. You can also email.
I shouldn't
from the website.
say this, but let me go ahead and say.
I mean, it's out there.
It's out there. They're business owners.
And on top of that, you can also email the website from there as well. You can find us on. I don't know the email off the top of my head. I think it's takebackyourlifenowpodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, because you have a podcast too.
Yeah. We haven't been doing it much lately. We've been focusing a lot on the YouTube.
Right.
But also facebook.com/TBYL now.
Right. All right. So Bobby, we're hitting the first of the year. What are your goals? 5 minutes to tell us your goals or less. What are your goals for 2020? Personal goals.
Personal goals. I'm as far as exercise, I'm backing off of the weightlifting. I personally use that as an excuse to let my weight get in a place where I don't like it to be.
Right.
I like to be big and strong. And you generally leverage factors into that, right? So I justify weight gain by saying, "Hey, I'm working out real heavy. I just want my leverage to
gaining mass."
Yeah, exactly. And it's an excuse. My belly gets a little bit out of hand at times, so I'm gonna cut back on that and focus a little bit more on mobility, movement. Try to keep my back healthy because I got my back has gone out a couple times now. Maybe focus on. My wife's Liz is also a yoga instructor, so have her help me out with some yoga and just trying to.
Wait, do you got some male yoga pants?
I don't have male yoga pants. I wear board shorts.
I hope you get some, Liz. If you're listening,
I have jujitsu spats, which could be, I guess, yoga pants.
I want some yoga pants for Bobby.
So, but yeah. Overall physical health, and my goal is by the time I'm 40 to reduce my weight to where I'm consistently under 260 pounds.
Oh wow! But you're also 6'6". Yeah, so that is a goal.
I've been down there before a few times.
Yeah, I think I was up to 255 as a almost 6'1" person, and so now I'm at 242.
That's good.
And that's been 2 months
Congrats.
of just working out. But again, you build muscle. And I've been doing the thing that Bobby's saying where, you got to push yourself, and you also got to do some push aways too. And that's push away some food, and it's hard, man. It's hard to say no to Oreos. The whole family's eating Oreos, and all I'm drinking is some water to kind of like, go ahead.
The good thing about when you're starting out, and I don't know your workout history, but the good thing when you're starting out is you'll feel like you're gaining strength while losing weight. And the reason for that is because the planes of motion you're working in, as well as the muscles that you're actually using, are becoming accustomed to doing that workout. So while you might not be adding muscle, you're doing what you're becoming more efficient and used to it. So your numbers will go up while you're losing weight, which is actually kind of fun in the beginning.
Yeah, it's a little interesting.
Yeah,
but yeah. So anyway, I've been doing that, and it's been going well. But man, if I get to 230, because my wife's like, I'm like, so I'm thinking like, oh, when I was 18, I was 180, and she's like, I don't want you that small.
Yeah.
Like 220, 230, that's it. Don't go anything below that, which is kind of a nice thing to have,
Yeah.
I just want to be healthy. Like what Bobby said, you want your heart healthy. You want, it actually, man, I never thought I would actually look forward to working out. It sucks. I will tell you this, working out is not fun.
Yep.
But for whatever reason, you kind of like kind of want to go do it. And then you go get in the gym and you get into it and you're like, why was I looking forward to this? And then you push yourself until you're almost in tears.
Yep.
And then you get done, you shower off and you go, man, I'm so glad I did that.
So one of the big things I love, I used to run all the time, believe it or not, for as big as I am. I got down into the high 240s at one point in my adult life. Running and jiu-jitsu are two things I can do to where if I push myself while I'm doing them, it is a massive stress reliever for the rest of the day. As in, when I'm done, I'm not worrying about the hardest part of the day is over. Right. I am not worrying. You get like a high from it that you can't get from anything else. It's like tomorrow morning, Wednesdays and Thursdays, I go train jiu-jitsu. I got to be in Burien at 6 a.m. When I wake up, I do not want to get out of bed. Part of the reason I do it is because when I'm driving home, I love that feeling. I just feel great. And I mean, that's speaking of goals for 2020. I really want to make some progress in my jiu-jitsu game. When I moved back to Enumclaw, I went from training 5 to 6 times a week to training twice a week. So that was a huge shift for me, and I did it for my family because I really want them to be out here, and I think it's the best thing.
And I'm glad you're here. Yep.
Yeah, I missed Enumclaw a lot, but man, I can't explain to you how much I love doing jiu-jitsu and giving that up 3 times a week. And just training twice a week has been a really, really big adjustment for me. And I kind of got stagnant. I got a little bit out of shape. My game wasn't good. So I really want to, when we move into this house, we're getting mats for my basement.
Yeah.
And I'm going to find some buddies to train with. And I really want to take my jiu-jitsu to a level that I haven't been at in a while.
That's where you just beat on people who've never done jiu-jitsu before and you look like a freaking master.
So there's two things. Is that one, I like teaching. I taught jiu-jitsu for a couple of years, and it's really fulfilling. But you're literally making good training partners. And I mean, there is something to be said, kind of what you said. When you get people who have the foundation and they don't know a lot of advanced techniques, and you do know some advanced techniques, yeah, you are beating them over and over again. But you develop your game that way because they know enough to respond the right way to where you can work your stuff, but they don't know enough to where they're going to be able to get out of it. So you learn how to tighten everything up.
Well, maybe we'll have a full buddy cast members, like a training session. We'll videotape it down the road. Be me, Joey, and whoever wants to do it.
Yeah.
And we'll have you teach us.
I mean, I love teaching jiu-jitsu. Kindred Jiu-Jitsu and Martial Arts up in Edmonds. If you're anywhere close, go check it out.
Go check it out.
I started that gym with a couple of my buddies.
That's awesome, dude. All right. Well, we're
coming up on the end.
We're coming up on the end. This was a very meaty podcast one, though. This wasn't just a nice little light and fluffy, hey, laughing, this and that. This was like
It's good to have these every now and then, right?
Right. And we did one of these back in the day, and it turned out that the recording was terrible because it was just clippy and this and that. We couldn't salvage it. But this one's good. That's why we got better equipment. So Bob at Gamblin's. Facebook // //
So hashtag Bob at Gamblins. You'll see all the car stuff. TakeBackYourLifeNow.net. I think the URL on Facebook is TBYL, facebook.com / TBYL now. If not, I mean, you could find us Bobby Martinez on Facebook or facebook.com / Bobby Mart. It's like a convenience store, right? Bobby Mart.
Right. Bobby Mart. And if you guys are interested in Take Back Your Life, if you guys got friends that like podcasts talking about health and wellness and working out, share this episode, share the other ones. What's Take Back Your Life? I know you said you're not doing as many podcasts, but you've done a few.
Yeah.
And then also YouTube.
Yeah, we're all over YouTube. I mean, I think we need to get Liz on.
Oh, yeah, Liz will be on at the first of this year.
So here's the deal. I'm kind of brash. I work with a different kind of clientele than Liz. She's much more empathetic than me, and she's much more knowledgeable than me, and she's an all-around better trainer than me. I have a certain kind of client that I'm good with, and she's good with just about everybody. So
yeah, I know.
I'll admit that about myself.
Liz is great. Liz is awesome. We got to hang out. Went to Mike's the other night, and she was there with Ava and you.
Have you heard her play piano?
Yeah, of course. Been over there.
She's great.
She is really good.
Yeah, so.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you. Enjoy your new year. Enjoy your life. And take it back if you need to.
Absolutely.
And
thank you, everybody, for listening. I appreciate it.
Send us messages and questions so we can answer those on the next podcast.
Adios.
Take care.